Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to my weekly update. And my goodness, what a week it's been. Quite an extraordinary situation when I look back at the week and the events that unfolded, all driven of course by the exponential rise in natural gas prices. We saw the closing of the two CF plants, which are 60% of fertiliser production, ammonium nitrate, in this country, and the knock-on effect of that to CO2 as well. So we brought the whole industry together for a crisis meeting earlier this week. I literally cleared my diary as these events started to unfold. I'm really pleased that government has intervened and we have one of those plants up and running for a 3-week period effectively. Things have been shored up. Now, we've got to make sure that we are looking at fertiliser. I've had a huge amount of emails, calls from many of you saying, what does this mean for the future? And that indeed, the whole piece around resilience, I think is very pressing. I've been continually saying to government, when we look at policies, having left the EU, front and centre of everything is building in resilience. And as farmers are looking to the challenges that lie ahead, farming rules for water, clean air strategy, really working out where these vital nutrients are going to come from is what we need to know right now. But we've got those measures in place. We'll keep very closely updating you on what is happening, on what the situation is looking like. And I very much hope that other plant will be up and running again soon. But this is looking pretty rocky for the winter, I have to say. And when I bring in the combination of where we are with labour, it's quite a bleak picture. So again, we brought the whole industry together on the back of that Grant Thornton work. The ask on that is for a COVID visa recovery scheme right the way through the whole chain. It doesn't matter whether you're NFU, FDF, the hauliers, BMPA. We've got to make sure that we've got something in place now in order to keep the shelves full, to keep the show on the road effectively for Christmas. That is completely separate to what is needed in the horticultural and poultry sector with a long-term ask on a permanent seasonal agricultural workers scheme. So the two things effectively running slightly in tandem, but there's a pressing need for the here and now. And of course, solving ultimately the long-term challenge of a competent, reliable workforce, something that is integral to all of our businesses and the huge amount of processing and manufacturing, retailing that goes on here. I think this is the take-home message, really. 70 million people on an island nation. Energy isn't a given, food isn't a given. So that resilience piece is front and centre of the policies that we need to see in place. A wake-up call, I would suggest, for our government. And of course, all at a time when we go into party conference season. So it was the Lib Dems last weekend, virtually. This weekend, it's Labour at Brighton. This is going to be a live conference. We've got a stand there. I'll be heading down there on Sunday. And Stuart Roberts, my Deputy President, will be chairing a fringe session with Emily Thornberry on Monday evening. And then, of course, it's the Conservatives next weekend. But more and more, when I look at the changing landscape that we're operating in, the huge economic volatility with these massively rising costs at the moment, a lot of uncertainty around the future direction of policy, trade that is not doing what it was originally planned to do as far as those FTAs are going. I've got my first meeting with Anne-Marie Trevelyan, the new Secretary of State in DIT, on Thursday, and I will really be hammering home to her to hang on tight to those last round of negotiations with Australia and put the UK first. I mean, that is what Australia has said, and we've heard America say that before. We've really got to look out for our own here. This is about the future, and this is about, making sure we are doing the right thing for the United Kingdom. So it really does feel very febrile. I'm conscious I never do justice to the breadth and depth of the work that the NFU is doing on these vlogs. So please go to the app, go to NFU online. I know we send out a lot of emails, but they do have a lot of detail of what is going on. So never take this as coverage, because I literally only give a snapshot of what is going on. But please, as ever, do take care, and I really look forward to speaking to you again next week. Many thanks.